He is the specialist in IELTS. He's going to tell you about what IELTS that we do.
Well, first of all, I'm not the only specialist in academics on IELTS. We're lucky to have Vincent, who has been working for Cambridge Assessment for a long time. So he is an examiner. He has been in many boards for Trinity, and he has many years of experience in working with Cambridge examinations. I, for myself, was an examiner for some years and worked with Cambridge Assessment for um, in terms of managing the examination processes in other countries. But going back to what we do and what we offer, we're here to help. I think that's one of the key messages of today. Young people, young adults that come to us, come to maybe discover, maybe understand better things, maybe go away more confident, happier about what they're trying to do. And getting ready for IELTS is exactly making sure the students go away, do the exam really confidently, and understanding exactly what is expected of them so they can get the best grade. So examinations are a combination of knowledge, but also a combination of techniques, understanding exactly what you have to do in each paper. We obviously work really hard with students who know they're over 15. They have a reason for taking IELTS. They are at that stage in their education pathway where they got to take IELTS at some point soon, so they can get the place at the university or the boarding school that expects them to present an IELTS. I think we are lucky that we get highly motivated students who just want to improve, want to get better at what they do and get the IELTS they require. So, IELTS is definitely the examination that established itself over the last 30 years as the university entrance exam for showing what level in English you have. And I think for me, it's always important when I'm speaking to colleagues who work in counseling students, is that IELTS is also accepted by more than 3,000 higher education organizations in the United States. So it's not just British universities that accept IELTS, but also universities in the United States have given it recognition, as well as universities in Europe. So students applying to study in Holland or in Germany or in Switzerland will be asked to take IELTS as the exam that they need. And so important that the students are told this, because once they got the certificate has a validity for 2 years. And so that's really important. You can read there, the structure of the exam is quite intensive. We have it at the end of the week. The examiners and the exam papers come to the school, to DLD College London, and the students spend day and a half usually because of the way the speaking is structured. So we always recommend and advise the students to stay usually overnight on the Saturday. So they are one of the few cases where they actually, quite a few of the students actually leave on Sunday because they have to be around for the speaking part on Saturday, and we never know exactly when the speaking is going to take place. I think that's really good. That's a sample of what the certificate looks like. I think it's good to understand what we're dealing with. As you can see, the exam is divided in 4 skills, so the 4 papers, and the scores go from 0 to 9, and we have points in between as well. So the students are able to get a 6.5, 8.5. In this case, this young man from, I think probably Chinese from Taiwan, he managed to achieve an 8 overall, and his writing is 7, which usually is for postgraduate courses or universities, higher ranking universities would expect a 7 in writing and minimum 7 in all the skills. This guy is really flying. He's got listening 9, reading 8.5, and 7 in speaking and 7 in writing. We definitely focus on the techniques, skills and techniques. And that's really sometimes important because we actually, again, we're giving the students a lifelong skill. So when we talk about text, for example, and when we're teaching the reading and writing, what we're trying to get the students to understand that in a sentence, sometimes we will talk about cause and effect, whether we're speaking or whether we're writing, whether we're reading, we will find that the text will do the cause and effect, that there will be problem, solution, text, longer text, very academic text that will be providing solutions to difficult issues that we encounter, moral, ethical, environmental, economic. So it's important that they understand that sometimes what they're looking for is solutions to problems. Classifications of arguments. So we teach them how to classify arguments, how to understand process, and how to differentiate that from descriptions. And so we try again, so we're trying to get the students to build the skills that then they're going to be able to use in the reading and the writing. The most important elements in the reading, and I think this is something that sometimes surprises students, is that you can actually pick up techniques to become really effective. So, skimming, kind of matching headings and information, sentence ending, diagram labeling, completion of sentences. Those are the skills that will then can be used the rest of the education and working life. In writing, one of the things that students struggle and find it really hard, and after a week of working with us, they usually go away and they got it forever, is the planning. It's actually many times the students, when they see a question in the writing, they just kind of sit down and off they go and they start writing without any sort of thinking what I'm going to say, how I'm going to structure it, how my paragraph, what are going to be my main ideas, my subordinate ideas, how I'm going to support, what examples I'm going to use. And so these are the things that they'll be doing in the writing, and they will go away with skills that will help them later on in life. The listening is a combination of the reading skills and reading the questions correctly, and that understanding and being able to identify key vocabulary, and then having a kind of also listening out for numbers, and so some mathematical skills sometimes are required in the listening, percentages, data, and things that they might find quite difficult in English. The speaking, usually we get enough practice, and we are well located, and students live on the campus. So if we got to run practice interviews outside lesson time, we're quite happy to do that. And we have the volunteers and we have the teachers to do that. But everybody gets enough interview practice before the exam, and they get to learn how to answer questions from the general, moving on to the specific, being able to provide supporting ideas, supporting examples, and development of sentences. And I think that's really what gets the students, by the end of the week, they're able to achieve at least a band or half a band higher than they would have done without taking part on the course. And I think you can see in their smiles when they come out of the exam that they are very happy with what they've done during the week. And obviously it's a relief as well to do a week of study, techniques and skills focus, to then actually take the exam, go home and think, yeah, I did really well. I got the score that I need to. And that's what they're there for, and that's what we do in the summer. We want happy students, and we want happy parents and happy agents. Thank you.